Bucky's Basement. Bucky's Basement.
Welcome to this week's episode of Bucky's Basement. I'm Bucky, and as always, in the basement with me today, I have Old Boy.
Come on.
And Juicebox.
Nicolas Cage.
And we are back with another episode of Cage Fight. We have finally made it through the Sweet 16. We are on to the Elite 8. This is what you guys have been waiting for. The heavy-hitting cages go one-on-one in 4 different matches in this episode. But before we get started, we will have to say goodbye to the losers of the Sweet 16. Enrico Silvestri. We thought he was going to be on a big run, but he obviously bit the dust.
Gained some steam.
I mean, the more people argued for him, the more it's like, yeah, maybe this dude should go far. He is a sociopathic killer with army training.
Yeah.
Agree.
Fascist army training.
Bill Firpo. It's one of the favorite names for us to say during Cage Fight.
Bill Firpo.
Firpo will always live on in our minds.
Yep.
We have Peter Lowe. We have Ricky Santoro.
Connor.
Randy. Finally, right? Finally. Charlie Lang, R.I.P. Johnny Collins. Man.
I feel like we got rid of some riffraff.
H.I. McDonough.
R.I.P.
We thought he was going to go far, and he didn't.
I mean, he ran up against Eddie. What was he supposed to do?
It's true.
R.I.P. to those 8, but that doesn't matter today because we are on to the Elite 8 of Cage Fight. Tonight we have Castor Troy from Face Off going up against Tom Wells from 8mm. Tom Wells has been here since the first round. He has faced Paul Matthews and he has faced Bill Firpo and knocked both of them off. Easy opponents, but tonight he goes against Castor Troy. Up in the second battle, we have Cameron Poe from Con Air going against Stanley Goodspeed from The Rock.
Stanley Goodspeed.
Who has defeated Jack Singer and Ricky Santoro to get to this level. I give one of them, Jack Singer, we're going to throw him out. Rick Santoro, tough opponent, made it to the Elite 8. Up next in the third fight tonight, we have Sailor from Wild at Heart versus Doug Chesnic.
Crowd favorite.
Guarding Tess. He's the crowd favorite. He has defeated Ben Sanderson and Charlie Lang.
I mean, how? I just don't understand.
He keeps squeaking by on this Cinderella story for Doug Chesnic. Up fourth, in the fourth spot, the final fight tonight, the headliner for the Elite 8 on Cage Fight, Lil Junior Brown from Kiss of Death versus Eddie from Deadfall. Eddie has taken down 2 heavy hitters in this tournament in Jake Preston, the Army pilot, versus H.I. And he's taken down H.I. McDonough, Raising Arizona, second best movie we've ever reviewed. Thought he was going to go far, took him down last week. I think Eddie's on a run right now. We're going to see if he can survive the Elite 8.
Man, I just have to say, it's just like all about matchups in this, right? You know, like you matched up against the right people.
And yeah, you're absolutely right.
And if you haven't been tuning in, or you're just now tuning in because it's the Elite 8, we've got 8 Nick Cages facing off to see who is the ultimate cage. First of all, we want to say thanks for listening. You can also find us on YouTube, buckysbasement.com. Like, rate, subscribe, comment, do whatever, interact with us. We look at it at least 17 times a day just to see if you're listening. And it turns out you are, and we're excited about that. But if you're just now tuning in, we're going to kick it over to Juicebox. He's going to give you the rules for Cage Fight. They are very simple, and they have evolved over the last few weeks.
Have they?
A little bit.
A little bit. No more tag teams. No more
There
like.
never was
Yeah, I
tag
feel like
No.
that was the rule from the get-go. It was just kind of unspoken, maybe.
Yeah, apparently I can't bring Kathleen Turner into arguments.
You can. It's just not going to help it. I mean, it was entertaining.
Right.
All right, tell us what we're up against.
So each person gets a 3-minute opening argument, up to 3 minutes, I'll say. They get a 1-minute rebuttal after that, and then the judge gets to ask questions and make a decision. And the judge makes the final decision, and that's the final decision.
That's it.
No bias at all in anywhere in this tournament.
Nope, not at all. These are big fights. Obviously, the 1s and 2 seeds have made it all the way through.
I feel like a few of my arguments, I feel like Bucky just said, no, I'm not letting this fucker win.
Yeah.
No, and
I
that's
don't know.
that's the whole thing. And that's you've
part-
got to
I mean-
come with an argument. You've got to come with creativity. That's the way you're going to win cage fight.
I mean, I came into this with a bias for several characters. I won't say who they are. Well, I've said Tom Wells is one of them. So, but
Still, yeah, you're right. I mean,
yeah.
we've seen, the judge has seen these movies too, and you have a natural opinion of who you think's going to win a fight.
Yeah.
Speaking of biases, the first fight up tonight is Castor Troy versus Tom Wells.
I mean, yeah. I also had to defend Castor Troy too. So I mean, I don't
That's
know.
true. Yeah,
You did,
had
and
to
I've
go
been
to-
I've
you
been
had to go
trying to
bat.
take down Castor Troy since we made this entire bracket. So I am representing Tom Wells. Old boy's representing Castor Troy. The way we do this is we throw paper, rock, scissors to see who decides on who goes first. When you are ready, my sir.
All right, ready? Shoot.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So,
Rock that fucking rock.
all right.
Shoulda
Who do
known.
you
Follow
have?
your advice.
Who do you have?
I've got Tom
Go
Wells
first.
against.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, I'm representing Tom Wells for the first time. I have gone against Tom Wells. I have decided for Tom Wells, and Tom Wells has beaten Paul Matthews and Bill Firpo. I will give Bill Matthews, let's scratch him off the list. Bill Firpo, that was a worthy opponent. Tom Wells, and I want to go ahead and say this. I want to point out some very serious things here, right? Tom Wells killed the following people. Eddie Poole. That's Tony fucking Soprano. He killed Dino Velvet. That's the guy who put the people in the wood chipper in fucking Fargo. He killed the Machine, the roughneck dock worker in season 2 from The Wire. Don't worry, old boy. I know you haven't seen it. He also killed Daniel Longdale. Who's Daniel Longdale? That's fucking Hannibal Lecter's overseer and caretaker, right? These are 4 serious people that you killed in a movie while chained to a fucking bed. Like, let's bring this up. Like, Tom Wells is so gangster. He is like offing people, outsmarting people while chained to a bed. He's the definition of vengeance. Tom Wells becomes evil in this movie. An evil that was unearthed by the seedy snuff film industry. It only takes one thing to bring this side out of you. And now for Tom Wells, the side is out and ready to fight Castor Troy.
Did you say fuck?
Fight Castor Troy. This is the reverse of Castor, right? Castor finds morals throughout his journey. Tom finds evil. If we are going one-on-one after the films, Castor, well, for one, is dead, but would no longer have the gall needed to win this fight. Castor Troy from Face Off, I've been biding my time waiting on this one. How to defeat Castor Troy, John Travolta. This is a cage fight, so I want to bring up the argument that for the purposes of this fight, I'm sticking with cage from Castor to Sean Archer.
Before I start, you're saying that you're also putting in Nick Cage's character, Sean Archer.
What I'm saying in this fight is the only thing that matters is the face of Nick Cage.
Okay.
Because this is a cage fight. So
Okay.
let's talk
That-
about
that-
what he goes through
Okay.
from from Cage's face to Cage's face.
Then you need to put Sean Archer up there with Castor Troy.
No, we're just
Castor
is
like
Castor
a slash in
in
between them, just like
no.
the movie.
Castor
Just like the movie.
is Castor in Sean Archer's face,
Castor is Castor in Sean Archer's face.
but Sean Archer.
Oh, that's
It's
fine.
Sean
All right,
Archer
all right.
and Castor's face.
I'm ready.
I want the
This
face
feels
only.
like some confusing.
Yeah.
I
time.
just
I'm
want
already-
the face only.
People,
All
have,
right.
all right.
You ready?
Round one. Fight!
All right. In one movie alone, Castor Troy has a kill count of 26 people. So as you were like listing off that professor he killed and that poor ass bank robber and that Castor Troy killed 26 fucking people.
Didn't
that
see it.
means that means he's an excellent shot, even for a John Woo film.
Good one.
He has sniper skills. He also has fighting skills and knife skills. So he's good at hand-to-hand combat. He knows chemical warfare and is capable of putting together explosives. He can drive boats, cars, planes. He's a super villain. He's killed kids. He's probably made snuff films. His entourage probably has lower hangers on like Dino Velvet and Machine. He's into all vice. He's hard to kill. Sure, the blast of a jet engine knocked him out, but put him in a coma, but he bounced out of that easily. He had his face cut off, and what's the first thing he does? Lights a Marlboro and makes some phone calls. Laughs about it. He infiltrates his main enemy's life and profession, wreaking havoc. He slept with his enemy's wife, whose son he also killed. That's diabolical. Tom Wells killed an overweight professor. I mentioned that. Two-bit bank robber. Hold on. Oh, he lost Max California. We get it. He's upset. And it's admirable for him to make a stand and take out a few pornographers. But we're talking Castor Troy. Getting to Castor is no easy task. And once you do, Castor isn't going to just roll over. Most of Castor's fights with Sean Archer, Castor had the upper hand. He fights dirty. He's been fighting his whole life. Tom Wells doesn't have the chops to tango with Castor. There's bad men like snuff film dudes. Then there's bad men like Castor Troy that killed 26 people in Face Off. He slit a woman's throat on the tarmac, shot the pilot. He stabbed a police chief to death in his office. The list goes on. Tom isn't cut out for violence on this level. If he ever achieved Batman status, maybe, but that would take years. Tom's already midlife, and it's too late to begin training for the fight of his life against a psycho super killer. It'd be better if Tom grabbed his wife and kid and hid out at her parents' house. I just have a bad feeling that Castor Troy will easily find them, and once he does... Ultimately, here's how you have to look at it. Castor Troy is from the dark underbelly, while Tom is merely a voyeur passing through. Bucky, hit me with that Bane quote. You merely adapted to the dark. And Castor thrives in that environment. Castor states that he could eat a peach all day.
20
Well, Tom
seconds.
looks like he's lost all taste from what that world, and that was from a single case he worked. He looks like the shell of himself by the end of the journey into darkness, and I doubt Castor Troy encounters anything that gives him trouble sleeping. Anything.
That was a good promo. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Finish him!
Did you even watch 8mm? Like, you're talking about a professor and like some bank robber and shit. This is not who Tom Wells killed. It blows me away. You talk about Castor having sniper skills. Are you kidding me? He, like, his only target was Sean Archer. Did he ever kill Sean Archer? No, he got killed by Sean Archer. Like, he was not even on point. Anyway, he put together explosives. That was one of your arguments, but never sets them off. What a fucking waste of time. You talk about 26 people killing 26 people. How many did we see in this movie? We saw 3. You know how many saw from Tom Wells? That is 4, brother. I've been biding my time waiting on this one. When Cage becomes Archer in Troy's face, this is where you lose me. Archer as Troy is a family man. You see this when he saves Sasha and his son Adam from the gunfight. You also see he can't handle drugs and is awkward and around a criminal crew.
Done.
Look how much more I have. I
know,
want to
you should-
show you
you
how
should've
much
done-
fucking more I have.
You should have done it in the first round.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Finish him!
Yeah, you left Tom on the table, dude. Here's the thing. You're talking about Tom Wells being evil, but evil kills innocent people. Tom Wells doesn't do that. Castor Troy kills both sides. He kills innocent people. He kills good guys. He kills bad guys. He kills his friends as with the face of Sean Archer. He'll kill fucking anybody. He's just a bad guy.
Daniel Longdale
You
is an innocent
Shut the
person.
fuck
Yeah,
up.
you're up. Yeah.
and I'm not sure he kills Longdale. So anyway, your buddy Tom Wells just isn't cut out for this level of violence. That's all. We all like him, but man, if he had to tango with Castor Troy, he's gonna lose in a bad way. And plus, Castor Troy's got fucking jumping skills, dude. Like he's gonna jump out of a window sideways, and Tom Wells is not trained for sideways shooting. And I think he sniped Sean Archer and the kid, and that was his target. I mean, he's sipping a Coke.
Give me another.
Sipping a Coke.
Ask some questions.
Okay, Bucky, old boy did bring up a good point. Castor Troy did kill. I didn't know it was 26 people, but he does kill a lot of people at the beginning of the movie. I went back and looked at it. Like he's shooting people left and right at the airport, like scene or whatever, and like
Yeah.
jumping sideways, blasting people. And Tom Wells is killed. Tom Wells didn't even kill Longdale, right? Like,
Don't think so.
wasn't
I think
Longdale
he-
shot by the arrow or
Yeah.
by Dino
We don't
or
know who
whatever?
shot that arrow.
Or no?
Dino Velvet.
Yeah.
I think he only killed Gandolfini and Machine.
Okay. So anyway, I'm
Anyway.
sorry.
His distraction was the reason the other two got killed.
So anyway, all that was just a long way to get to the point that like, how do you think that Tom Wells can take on Castor Troy when it took literally a whole department of the FBI to like capture Castor Troy and bring him down?
Awesome. Castor Troy shoots with a gun. Tom Wells beat a fucking man with the butt of a gun to death and then burned him in his own porn. Like, Tom Wells fist fought a dude in a fucking seedy home out a window. Like, we're talking Halloween type shit where we're falling on the ground and beat him to death and fucking killed the machine, right? You got a gun, you got a big gold flashy gun, cool. Like, awesome. You can shoot a gun. But can you do hand-to-hand combat? And I want old boy to tell me who fucking Castor Troy has beat to death with his bare hands, because this is a fight. We're not talking about, there's no guns here, there's no knives, we're fighting.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I'll let you answer that if you want to.
I
have some
mean,
other
I know
questions.
he also carries a butterfly knife, and he knows how to use that too. I don't think there's a weapon he doesn't know how to use. So I mean, he's gonna fucking win, dude. Plus, he's got a brother, and we don't know if Tom Wells has a brother.
Can I respond to that? He brought it up.
Sure.
All right. If all else fails, Pollux Troy, his brother, is the kryptonite here. While Cage is still
Who's
Castor.
gone? Who's passed?
Huh?
Yeah. Also, Pollux Troy is dead.
What do you mean?
He's
do you
gone,
mean?
dude. He's
He
dead.
In
died
this
in the
fight?
movie. He
In
died
this
in the
fight?
movie. He's
Yeah.
dead.
Are
It's
we
gone.
in the movie or are we not in the movie?
No, I mean his
We're not
brother.
his brother's dead.
His brother's gone.
All right, fine. Tom Wells, Castor Troy in a room together, right? We're going to go back to this.
You're not asking questions. That's
No,
enough.
I
That's
am,
enough.
because
no, that's not your job right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's a thing that we brought up. Oh boy, something that's been brought up before. Castor Troy was going soft. He was definitely going soft. He was playing husband with the wife. He was still doing some bad shit, but he was like, I mean,
While he was doing
He
that,
caught the bug.
while he was doing that, he was also like using the police force to kill his friends. Like and he was killing his friends too. He killed the police chief. I mean, I don't know how. If that's soft, it's still harder than Tom Wells.
That's not Castor Troy.
Then who is it, man?
I mean,
Th-
that
this-
technically
this-
is
okay,
Castor
okay.
Troy.
Castor
Part
Troy.
of my argument is Nick Cage. Yeah.
Okay, so that's yeah.
The face.
All right, I've made my decision, and I feel like it's pretty easy. It's Castor Troy.
God damn it.
I mean, how can the whole argument that really sold me is like this is I wrote down Castor Troy's an international criminal. Like he's killed so many people, like Tom Wells killed, and he has guys like Tom Wells on his payroll. Like he is so much above this level of people that Tom Wells killed.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to come stronger with the argument.
That
like the
bald-headed-
face argument.
The bald-headed sister kisser is probably in the snuff films.
The thing is, it is Castor, Sean,
Well, we should have established that before we started the
I know.
tournament.
I'm coming in the next fight. All right.
But honestly, it doesn't matter because I'm going to jump in real quick and say also, like, Castor Troy he's still a badass until the very fucking end when he's Sean Archer, when he's got Sean Archer's face. He does kill the police thief by, like, choking him out and smashing his chest. Like, he fucking, like, has strength like that shit.
Yeah.
Like, he is still a badass even when he has John Travolta's face. Even if he's trying to get with the mom because he, whatever. He's got a fetish for that.
All right, so the next argument, and what I'm trying to prove is, it is Castor Troy, then Sean Archer. Like, it is Nick Cage's face through the whole movie.
I
so
understand.
you have to play
but you
that
should have
character.
established that
I understand.
at the beginning of the
I got
tournament.
You. I got you.
We're too far into it.
All right, Castor Troy has made it to the final four. There are no surprises
I'm
there.
going to be honest, that wouldn't have helped his argument. Even if it's Nick Cage's face the whole entire time, he's still winning this match against Tom Wells.
I mean, he escaped prison.
Tom Wells was a fucking
Tom Wells is the shit, man. I love Tom Wells, but
congratulations to Tom Wells for making it to the Elite Eight. Castor Troy is the first team to make it to the Final Four. Up next, we have another massive fight in the Elite Eight in fight number 2. That is Cameron Poe from Con Air versus Stanley Goodspeed.
Yeah,
do it. Come on.
You want me to do it? Hold on. Let me try to invoke Sean Connery. Stanley Goodspeed.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so fight number 2 is between me and Old Boy. No, sorry, me and Juicebox. That means Old Boy is the judge. So
on 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, we are ready for fight number 2. It is me versus Juicebox.
Man, it's like Michael McDonald. Is that what that wig is? It's like
I was trying to think of a lyric.
Michael McDonald's great. Anyway, we are going to throw rock, paper, scissors, Juicebox, and out to see who goes first. Cameron Poe versus Stanley Goodspeed. Con Air versus The Rock. 98 versus 97. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Rock.
All right.
Rock's popular tonight.
Rock is popular. Between two rocks is what I'm sitting right now. If you guys watch this one. All right. I'm going to let you go first on Cameron Poe versus Stanley Goodspeed.
Okay, thanks.
Round 1. Fight!
All right. Through these episodes, we've determined that Goodspeed has chemical weapons training. He's been tested in the real world scenarios and kept his cool, and even before the situation on the rock. We've established he has an antidote to any poison on him at all times. And he was trained by James Bond, and he can learn anything in just about 4 hours, apparently. So as long as he has that amount of time, he can figure out anything Poe's going to try to throw at him. Sure, Poe has killed multiple people in hand-to-hand combat, but that's not Goodspeed's speed. That sounds terrible. Goodspeed's smart enough to not let him get close. And if he does, he'll blast him with some poison and then antidote himself. Stanley Goodspeed also has way less collateral damage than Poe. Like, Goodspeed saves the day, and there's, like, no civilians that die. Poe crashes a giant airplane into the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. You can't tell me a shitload of civilians didn't die during that. Poe's a little reckless, but Goodspeed's a little more calculated. Also, just for the record, I just want to say that Carla Pestalozzi is way hotter than Trisha Poe. I rest my case.
Round 1. Fight!
I was going to save this for the rebuttal, but I'm going to go ahead and debunk this theory right now. Cameron Poe did not crash that plane into the Las Vegas Strip. MC Gainey did. Let's be clear. And while we're being clear about things, let's look at who these people faced in their respective films. Goodspeed went against Ed Harris, Candyman, Bokeem Woodbine, Tom Hanks's prison guard sidekick in the movie Green Mile, Gregory Sporlander from Clay Pigeons. That's it, right? A bunch of flunky ex-Marines. Cameron Poe went against Ving Rhames, Danny Trejo, John Malkovich, Nick Chunlin, MC freaking Gainey. These might as well be the fucking Expendables. Goodspeed killed 4 flunky ex-military guys. Poe killed 4 guys too. A guy at a bar with his friends to back him up. Like, not just one dude. He was taking on 3, killed 1, other 2 ran off. He killed Billy Bedlam, a mass murderer. He killed Diamond Dog, a black gorilla. And Cyrus the Virus, the mastermind behind it all. He's also incredible at blending in as a bad guy. He's the most ripped of any Cage character we've ever seen. He's an Army Ranger. And if this is a fight to the death, an Army Ranger would take out any of these characters in the Elite 8. You got Castor Troy, a conscious white American terrorist. Tom Wells, a private investigator. Stanley Goodspeed, a chemical nerd. Sailor, a playboy. Doug Chesnic, really? Lil Junior Brown, okay, maybe, but asthma. Eddie from Deadfall. I think Eddie has a chance to do really well, but are we really going to put him in a room with an Army Ranger? Let's talk about that help that they got. Goodspeed, the help. In each movie, who did they have? Stanley Goodspeed had Sean Connery, fucking James Bond. Cameron Poe had John Cusack, the like woe is me guy from High Fidelity, or the kid from 16 Candles. Is this really a fight? And that's what we're talking about here. Stanley Goodspeed from The Rock, he's captured in the movie. Captured. That is something that Cameron Poe will never have unless he gets in a fight outside a drunken bar and gets arrested and allows the cops to arrest him. The question's, Goodspeed only really defeats
This is tough. You got some matched up dudes. All right.
Really?
What do you mean, really? Yeah.
Finish him.
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You're right. He is an Army Ranger. That is impressive. But I argue that Goodspeed has more knowledge and is just smarter and quicker. Like he's quicker wit. He's gonna come up with stuff quicker. Like, and he's gonna be able to figure out what Goodspeed or what Cameron Poe is trying to throw at him, and he's gonna figure out how to counter it, and he's gonna win.
Finish him.
We're still talking about this fucking chemical weapons nerd. Like, you think he's quicker wit? You don't think he is smart as an Army Ranger? Goodspeed,
No, I think he's smarter.
Goodspeed only really defeats a guy, Ed Harris, who wasn't even a villain. He redirected that rocket out to sea during a moment of moral clarity. Yeah, real scary, huh? You're talking about Cameron Poe, who is on a flight with the world's most dangerous criminals and murderers and rapists, and he destroys all of them. And he does it for these 2 blonde women, right? Trisha and Casey Poe. And that's all he can think about. And he kills Billy Bedlam in the belly of the plane for that bunny for Casey Poe. And he's the fucking reason that he is the center square behind old boy on our door here in Bucky's basement.
All right. Interesting. I've noticed in your arguments you raise your voice at the end a lot.
Yeah, you get so worked up about this. It's like we're not actually.
You're like Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. You're like arguing your
funny.
case.
You can't
and you're like,
handle the
you
truth.
can't handle the truth. Okay. John Cusack. You knew better.
What do you mean I knew better?
You knew better.
I wanted to prove a point.
Hold on. Let me ask Juicebox a question. All right. What training does he have? He has FBI training and he has chemical weapons training. Was there something else?
Counterterrorism training, I think. And he has just like general weapons training, and I think that was it.
Obviously can't talk to a guy in an interrogation room.
Bucky, your boy's been discharged from the Army, and you're naming all these badass people he's on the plane with, but he doesn't belong there. He's just on a regular prison transfer, and he needs Cusack's help to get out of the situation, right? He gets trapped at the field, and he has to use Cusack to get him out. So I think your argument kind of negates the James Bond thing, right? Like they both have sidekicks of a variety. All right, other than being discharged from as an Army Ranger, what other training does Cameron Poe have?
The question in the beginning was very leading, and you were telling me things that Cameron Poe was on that plane, and there were fighter pilots in like choppers behind that plane ready to take that plane out.
Right.
And Cameron Poe never broke. He always knew what the end game was, and that was to destroy all of these criminals by any means necessary, whether that means taking out MC Gainey and flying the plane himself, which he never had to do, but he was willing to do that. He knew they were about to shoot this plane down, and he didn't give a fuck. He was going to go down with everybody for the right thing, because he was going to take out all these motherfuckers.
Why didn't he just let him shoot it down again? Just because he didn't want to die?
Just
because he was there and he needed to go see Trisha and Casey Poe.
Now, all right. Other than being an Army Ranger, what other training does he have?
He has prison training. I mean, let's be honest. He was in prison Casey Poe's entire life. So he has to go out in the yard. He has to lift weights. He has to fight with prisoners.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Prison training didn't help Rick Santoro, apparently. That argument didn't help him, so you can't say...
Rick Santoro didn't go to prison until after the movie was over.
Okay, so Army and prison. I'm just asking. I'm trying to understand.
Army Ranger. Please
Army
don't
Ranger.
Put some respect on that fucking title. It is not just being in the Army. He is the fucking top of the Army. This is a Green Beret. This is a fucking...
He's not a Green Beret. That's a different thing.
But this is the top of where you get into your level of the military.
And he's no longer in it. I'm not saying he's he's clearly a badass, right?
Ask me why he was discharged.
Do you know?
Murder.
Manslaughter, right?
Was it manslaughter? Okay,
it was.
Because of the fight. Okay. Man, this is tough, man. I really wish I had a two-sided die. Because I don't know. I could see where FBI training and counterterrorism, and he's doing it for San Francisco. He saves a whole city. I can see Goodspeed
Ed Harris
going,
was
man.
never gonna fucking bomb that city. Never.
He still stopped the motherfuckers that were going to do it.
Yeah, the other people were going to do it, and tried to.
He stopped.
Candyman.
Yeah. He stopped trained professionals. Your guy stopped some lucky convicts.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
a mass murderer in Billy Bedlam? Johnny 23?
But he didn't stop Johnny 23.
Yeah.
The plane stopped Johnny 23.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him before
Man,
that.
I think I have to go Goodspeed.
What?
I do.
Wow.
I think he's got more training, man. He's got...
Damn.
He's got more training, man. He's more skilled.
You had a better argument. I did not have an argument for Goodspeed.
I don't know if he had a good argument. It was...
it was long-winded, at least.
Oh, they're always long.
When I found out the gender of my child, I was standing in an operating room.
I don't know if you want to tell this story.
And I was looking at a screen, and all I wanted was a girl.
Name.
And this nurse comes out, and she goes, "You see that thing right there? That means it's a boy." And I stood there for 30 seconds, not looking at my wife, looking at this screen in disappointment. And it is the exact same emotion that I feel right now. That Stanley Goodspeed is making it to the Final Four over Cameron fucking Poe.
I hope you never. I hope your son never hears this
shit,
episode.
man. Like, what do you want me to do with that?
They don't listen to the podcast.
Not yet, but I mean,
Yeah, maybe someday.
I'm surprised. I'm blown away. I'm
blown away
happy.
too.
I'm
I'm
happy.
blown away too, man. I honestly had no argument for Stanley Goodspeed because it was just I was so tired of hearing about Stanley Goodspeed.
he's advancing, man.
You know
I
what's the
don't like
crazy
him
thing
either,
is
but he's-
all three of us have now argued Stanley Goodspeed, meaning that we're rolling a die because I don't want to argue
Yeah.
this motherfucker again.
I had the weakest by far.
All right, so Stanley Goodspeed makes it to the Final Four
he's going to fight Castor Troy,
Oh no, yeah, he's up against
who
Castor
also
Troy.
has chemical warfare training,
Uh-oh.
or knows how to
man.
do a chemical bomb.
All right, fight
All right.
number 3. We're gonna find out who on the other side of this bracket in the Elite 8 makes it to the Final Four. The first fight we have is Sailor from Wild at Heart going up against Doug Chesnic. Doug Chesnic, who we just can't get rid of. He just keeps hanging around. He keeps fighting this good fight from guarding Tess. He's beat Ben Sanderson. He's beat Charlie Lang.
I tried to throw his match last week, and you guys didn't take the bait.
Now he's coming up against Sailor from Wild at Heart. In order to do this, we got to switch this over because I am the judge for this fight. All right, without further ado, I'm going to let you guys throw rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first in this final matchup. Doug Chesnic on his third fight, Sailor on his second.
Ready.
Go. All right.
I know, man. I thought he would change it up.
Okay, I'm going to go first.
All right.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, I got Doug Chesnic. My boy's bad and competent. Like dangerously. Like dangerously. Seriously, he's a danger to himself and whoever he's around. His sole goal as a Secret Service agent was to protect Tess, and he blows it multiple times. He has anger issues, and it stems from his incompetence and complicated feelings for his asset, Tess. He shoots a guy's toe off for making a fool of him. He takes impersonator syndrome to a different level. This makes him a dangerous person to be associated with. He has training, yeah, but serious weapons training in the wrong hands can prove disastrous to civilians. And Sailor is a civilian. And Sailor smokes a lot, which we know drives Doug Chesnic crazy. No smoking in the house, he's always yelling. God damn it. That smoke is driving him nuts, and Tess is not talking to him, demeaning him when she does talk to him with her pouty, wrinkled lips. He has to focus. Can't let his mind wander over Tess and what Tess is doing upstairs and what Tess is wearing. Motherfucker. He will put a bullet in the next son of a bitch he catches smoking a cigarette. He won't just blow a toe off either. He'll leave him in a body bag. No smoking in the goddamn house, he yells. Just as Sailor strolls in, 2 cigarettes lit. Doug draws the Glock from his holster, and all he can see is a red snakeskin jacket. I don't know if I can get the... I'm a rest. I'm a rest for now.
All right.
Oh my God, that's one of the best. That's one of the best referenced
Deep
opening
cut.
arguments I've heard so far.
Deep cut,
It's exciting for somebody who, or like all three of us who love Nick Cage films and are reviewing them in a chronological order. These little just like mementos mean a lot.
Yeah, little things, yeah.
All right. We're going to get started with Juicebox's argument for Sailor from Wild at Heart.
Round 1. Fight!
Hello? Yes, this is the president from 1994's Garden Tess. No, I'm not sure why I sound like this either. Was there something that you needed? I'm a very busy man. What's that you say? Tess Carlisle's been kidnapped? Well, where was her Secret Service? Right with her, you say? Carrying her chair? Huh. Well, who was the agent? Doug Chesnic. God damn it. You know why he's not guarding Tess for president anymore? Or you know why he's not guarding the president anymore, right? Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it too. Well, that's not one of the reasons, but you make a good point. No, the reason he doesn't guard the president anymore is because he got caught in Tessa Carlisle's room when she was the first lady. Yep. Yeah. No, he got caught with a pair of underwear in his hands. I swear. I'm the president. I like to lie all the time, but I swear I'm telling the truth about this. Yeah, the president wanted to fire him. I guess Tess found the whole situation charming or some shit, asked him to be her personal detail from then on. So who kidnapped her? The goddamn chauffeur, that wormy little fuck. I never liked that guy. So Tess is okay then? All right, call her up and tell her we'll get her a new detail ASAP. Now, we got to do something about this Chesnic. What's that you say? He's already been taken care of? Ripley? From down on the border of North South Carolina? Huh. Beat him to death, huh? While singing Elvis? Well, I'll be damned. I like this kid. He's going places. All right, then. Well, this voice is starting to get annoying and hurt my throat. President from guarding Tess, out.
Wow. Wow. That
was
is a
something.
first on Cage Fight. Incredible opening argument from Juicebox, a.k.a. Tess's husband, the president.
No, that was the
wasn't-
president after.
Right.
Oh,
Her
the
husband.
president.
he's the guy that-
oh, yeah.
He called
Yeah.
Doug Chesnic when he was taking a shit.
Yeah, it'd be a whole different movie if.
Gotcha. All right, so we have a 1 minute rebuttal from each side.
Yeah.
First,
I'll go
You ready?
first.
Finish him.
Juicebox. I thought you were the guy on the commode from Wild at Heart.
Is that the accent?
I don't
See,
know.
I was just, man, I don't have an accent.
It's been a while since I've seen it. I think Sailor's kind of dumb. Like, I know my guy's super incompetent, but he murders a guy right in front of everyone. Like, clearly he had the upper hand on the man, but he was just showing off in front of his girlfriend and his girlfriend's mom. He gets duped by his ex-girlfriend. He gets duped by Bobby Peru. He's a scared mess during the robbery, doesn't deal with the threat, gets apprehended again, gets beat up by some dudes for running that mouth. Can't read a room. He's not even a brawler, really. He's kind of a tool that gets run around, smoking the whole time, drinking, so he has weak bones. Meanwhile, Doug is crazy incompetent. He's likely to kill Sailor just for smoking or being on Tess's premises, especially if he sees how Tess looks at Sailor. Sailor does have a penchant for attracting older ladies, and Doug will put down anyone he deems a threat to Tess's womanhood. Just thinking about that. Just think.
that's it.
Finish him.
Sailor Doug Chesnic, if you will remember, was snuck up on by an 82-year-old woman in his car while he was pouring coffee and dumped coffee on his dick. Do you think Sailor is going to be able to easily sneak up behind him and take him out when he's not expecting it? Sailor's a wild card. He beat a guy to death, in front of everybody, just to prove that he could, and intimidate people. He's a fucking tough guy. But he only shows it when he needs to, and when he needs to is going to be against Doug Chesnic.
All right, that's it.
Sorry, I did not write a rebuttal in the
It's all right.
in the accent.
In
It
the
was hard
accent.
enough to do it that way.
It's all right. I've got some questions as the judge this week. Juicebox, you bring up that Sailor. Wait, what did you just say? You said Sailor.
I said Sailor could sneak up on Doug Chesnic.
No, killed a man.
Yeah. I don't know. He could have just knocked him out, and that could have been the end of it. But he beat him down, and beat him senseless. Killed him in front of everybody to prove that he was fucking don't fuck with him, basically.
Okay. I mean, it's intimidating. We've been trying to get rid of.
And if you think about it, they had to send the heavy hitter hitman after him. They sent Johnny Fontaine or whatever his name was, and that motherfucker couldn't even find him. They had to send out, fucking Isabella Rossellini on them.
Mm-hmm.
Sing out Bobby Peru.
That is fine. Old boy. In the beginning of the movie Guarding Tess, we see Doug Chesnic constantly bringing a tray to Tess's room.
Yeah.
Right? And he would leave his gun at the door because Tess did not like guns in the room.
Right.
Do you think that if we were in the same situation, and this is a two-part question for both of you. If we are fighting in Tess's house, and that's where this fight is taking place,
All right.
would Doug Chesnic leave his gun at the door, and would Sailor smoke in this house, in this fight?
I think the house is on fire.
I mean, Sailor would absolutely smoke.
Yeah, and the house is on fire. And I think that's how,
Would Doug Chesnic go grab the gun to kill Sailor
sure.
because he's smoking in the house?
for sure. And I think that's why Sailor wouldn't be able to sneak up on Doug is because he's smoking. He would be able to smell it.
Interesting.
It's my only thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if it came down to a physical confrontation and Doug Chesnic didn't have his gun, then Sailor clearly has the upper hand there. He's already beat a man to death.
Juicebox, let me ask you, is the snakeskin jacket like a suit of arms?
I mean, it gives him confidence. I'm not going to say it gives him superpowers or anything.
Okay. But he doesn't constantly carry a gun.
No.
Oh, my guy's trained.
He's trained.
That's how he made it this far.
Has Doug
He's
Chesnic
just
killed
training.
anyone?
Has Doug Chesnic killed anyone in the line of duty? I don't know.
It's not in the backstory, is it? Do you believe
No, it's
that
not.
he would kill someone if it were life and death?
Oh,
we
for
already
sure.
know on this side that would happen.
For sure.
He would kill someone if it were life or death.
I think he's sworn to do that.
What does he have to live for? Does he have a wife? Does he have kids? Does he have a girlfriend?
He's got Tess. He's got that.
He's got Tess.
He's got Tess.
He's got
That's
Tess.
all he's got.
Yeah,
He's got no skills, but he's got Tess.
he's got Tess.
You know what? I think that's important. Doug Chesnic wins this fight and moves on to the final four.
Wow.
Yeah, Sailor doesn't have enough. I had to argue with Sailor. He did kill a low-level crime guy
Doug
in the
Chesnic
beginning of the
is
movie,
so
a slime ball.
unbelievably incompetent. This is insane. This is so insane. He is so incompetent throughout the entire movie.
Sailor
The
did
entire
not do
movie.
much more in the movie after that other than take care of Lula. He botched the robbery with Bobby Peru. He got duped by Bobby Peru. He had to go to jail. He gets out of jail. He doesn't decide whether he wants to marry Lula or not. He's questioning
Doug
himself.
Chesnic shot a guy's toe off. That's all he did. He shot a guy's toe off. Sailor beat a dude to death. Like,
Doug
come
Chesnic
on.
was about to kill everybody standing in Tess's way, and unless he would have found Tess, and he did find Tess at the end of that movie,
But
and
he
he
didn't.
dug her up himself
Yeah.
and saved this old woman. Doug Chesnic makes it to the final four.
Wow.
Fucking insane.
Wow.
I'm probably
All
gonna
right.
have to argue him. So like, I don't know why you're.
Good. I hope I judge it.
Yeah.
Because I should have got that motherfucker out in the first round.
I gotta tell y'all.
Even with that result, we want to encourage you guys out there to go find Wild at Heart because
Yeah,
it's
check
a
it out.
David Lynch movie. It's the best movie that we've reviewed in the first 28 that we've done in this series. It is unbelievable. I think last week
It's not as good as guarding Tess.
it said, "Hey, Shirley MacLaine is an incredible actress, and that is probably what we're going to get into the final four is talking about actors and actresses because we've run out of shit for Doug Chesnic to do." Finally, on this
All right.
episode, we have one more fight left. That is Lil Junior Brown from Kiss of Death versus Eddie from Deadfall, the Cinderella story, who just somehow keeps making it from round to round. In order to do this, we've got to turn this thing over because old boy is back to being the judge.
That's right. I never thought that Doug Chesnic would make it this far.
Hey, he is the underdog. He truly is a Cinderella story in this cage fight tournament. Excited. If you have not seen Guarding Tess, these episodes come out every Monday and Friday. You need to go find Guarding Tess on your favorite streaming platform. Watch that right now. You will understand why this man is in the final four of the first 20.
You won't. No, you won't.
You'll-
No, you won't.
you'll think
no,
we've
you won't.
gone
You'll be
insane.
like, "What is wrong with you? Why is this guy?"
Yeah.
Doug Chesnic. This could be one of the best cage characters of all time. Makes it to the final four, surprisingly. Up next, we have the final fight. Lil Junior Brown, Eddie from Deadfall.
All right.
Ready?
Throw him.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
You got paper over rock.
sweet.
All right.
I'll go first.
Round one. Fight!
Little Junior Brown is a real gangster. Not only is he second in command of a big crime ring on the East Coast, he's the muscle of the crew. We've already covered how he slammed a dude out of the truck on his head, but one thing we didn't talk about is like that actor never actually worked again after that movie after being slammed on his head by Little Junior Brown. So I know that's like Nick Cage, but I mean, if we're talking about Nick Cage fight, the real Nick Cage slammed that dude on his head. Bucky said that dude Bucky said that Nick Cage or Junior Brown had a weak kick to the dude after, but I think it was because he was like legit injured and he didn't want to actually hurt him. Think about that. Nick Cage, the character, kills this dude in the almost kills this dude in the movie that the character Nick Cage was supposed to kill. That's like a dual killer or something. He can bench press a stripper at least 50 times in a row. He shoots an undercover cop point blank and shows no remorse. He's a sociopath. He beat Ronnie to death and has already defeated the wild card Johnny in this tournament. And that dude knew how to dance with a man. He's also really good at coming up with acronyms about himself, which means he's smart and also confident. Eddie, on the other hand, is no gangster. He's an easily defeated, dumb, and incompetent excretion. He's second in command to some low-level con man who ends up getting conned by his own brother. This egotistical, deadbeat doofus is an eccentric from the first second we meet him, wearing an obvious wig, talking in a weird voice, and calling everyone friend. And make no mistake, this man's not the Joker. He's not even Jared Leto Joker. The Jared Leto Joker killed a dude for just flirting with Harley Quinn, just looking at her. Joe does a lot more than look at Eddie's girl when he steals her within the first 5 minutes of meeting her. But the crazy thing is, Eddie doesn't even see it. This exceptionally dense dude is empty-headed. This alleged con man couldn't even figure out that he was getting played. But even with all of this, he was still easily the best part of the movie. That's until halfway through the movie when he gets taken out by the main guy. His eternally disappointing death is embarrassing, and honestly, the main reason he shouldn't win this match. Arrest.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, I'm going to have to get into a little rebuttal before I get into my opening argument. I want to rebut some of the things that Juicebox said about Eddie. Or at least I want to defend those versus Junior Brown, because he says that Junior Brown is second in command. Guess who's also second in command? Eddie. Nick, you brought up the fact that Nick Cage, the actor, is beating up this dude on this scene versus Nick Cage, the character, who we're defending here. So a weak kick is a weak kick. I don't care if he had empathy or sympathy or whatever the fuck it was.
I totally forget you have no empathy.
Yeah, that is it.
Yep.
You said that he bench pressed a woman 50 times.
At
Go
least.
back and watch the movie. He said, "Look, Daddy, I'm going to go for 40." And then they counted 28, 29, 30, and then he was done in the whole scene. That just blows me away, because you said that Eddie is the best part of the movie.
I said Eddie was the second in command of his.
You also, but you said Nick Cage and Eddie was the best part of Deadfall, the movie.
Yeah.
You know who's the best part of Kiss of Death? David Caruso. It wasn't even Lil Junior Brown. Not even close. All right. Let's start with the first time we see Eddie in this movie. How aggressively he hand shuffles those playing cards. Can we say gambit, anyone? He also scares and intimidates Michael Biehn. The same Michael Biehn that took on the fucking Terminator. He intimidates this guy. Eddie started a gambling racket. He's a professional thief and con man. I can't do this accent, but mommy, we go home soon, mommy. We go home soon. To the final fucking 4 over Junior Brown. Eddie is well respected in the strip club community. Junior is just a kid of a dad who owns a strip club. He beats up on 2 dudes in a strip club, survives an alley assassination, slits the assassin's throat after beating his head in a car. He intimidates his own boss, ties him up, then gets surprised by Biehn. He gets sucker punched, basically, when Biehn jumps through that thing and then subsequently puts his face in the fryer because he couldn't come at him one-on-one because Eddie's so fucking intimidating. Little Junior Brown from Kiss of Death, I mean, do I need to bring it up? Do I need to bring it up again?
You're right out of time.
Let's go ahead and go last to first. He can't stand metal in his mouth. All Eddie has to do is create some kind of drug that will get the metal in his mouth.
Create some kind of drug to get the metal in his mouth.
Finish him.
David Caruso was the best part of that movie.
No.
You're the person that was like came in last week, I think, or a couple of days ago, talking about how shit David Caruso actually was, and that he was overrated or some shit. Like, and now you're saying he's the best part of the movie. That is a fucking weak argument, my friend.
Mr. in Red.
Yeah, Mr. in Red. Anyway, Eddie is like addicted to drugs. Eddie is oblivious to what's going on around him. He's the number 2 in a ring that's like, I said that he was the number 2, but it's in a crime ring that has a former member of the Monkees, the band from the 60s in it, and a guy that gets tricked by his brother. Like, this is not a big time crime syndicate.
Eddie doesn't need his crew. You bring up his entire crew, it doesn't matter who they were. You know who needs his crew? Lil Junior Brown, because he can't do anything on his own. You're talking about killing Ronnie as a threat. I'd take Eddie any day. Michael Rappaport. Also, let's talk about Lil Junior Brown's like father's attention, daddy issues again. I want to bring it up again because he can't do anything on his own without his father's direction. He had like Eddie fucking double crosses his own boss and then like tries to kill him. And Eddie commands the room in a strip club. Little Junior Brown is just a little boy in his father's world.
Eddie gets thrown in a fryer.
Eddie gets thrown in a fryer. Sure, but God damn it, you distracted me. Eddie would fuck that golden inhaler and golden inhaler, and Junior Brown would be nothing with that asthma.
All right, time. All right.
Does the asthma ever come into effect, like in the movie?
Yeah, like when he kicks that dude by that truck, he has to hit that inhaler.
Right.
But
then he punches
talks,
Ronnie to death, and he doesn't have to hit the inhaler.
When David Caruso grabs his arm and he says, "Let go of the arm," he hits the inhaler. Like he has to hit the inhaler the entire time. Without an inhaler, Eddie's destroying him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question.
But he ain't. I don't think we ever see him without the inhaler. All right. I got my first questions for you. Who's winning in a fight, Ving Rhames or Eddie?
What character is Ving Rhames? Are we talking Mission Impossible Ving Rhames? Or are we talking about In Kiss of Death?
Just real quick. I don't need a whole. You don't have to like punch by punch. Just give me who's winning.
I think Eddie's taking out Ving Rhames because Ving Rhames got taken out in that movie.
Okay.
I mean, he got shot in the back of the head.
Right.
Yeah, that's what Eddie does. He will shoot you in the back of the head.
All right. We don't see him do that. But all right. Juicebox. Who would win in a fight, Ronnie or Eddie? Ronnie being Michael Rappaport.
Oh, I mean, fucking Eddie. I don't know what you want me to say about that. Ronnie's like the worst fucking character. Like,
exactly.
But,
what do you want me to say?
I don't know. I think it'd be like a sissy slap fight. Who would win in a fight between
Why are you
Lil Junior Brown and Bane?
Bane?
They both have respiratory issues.
Wait a minute, Michael Bane or Bane from Batman?
Michael Bane.
Michael Bane? Michael Bane from Terminator would beat Little Junior Brown any day of the week.
But not from Deadfall.
We're talking
Deadfall.
Hand-on-hand combat, right?
I'm talking, yeah. Who's winning a fight?
Little Junior Brown. And
right.
I hate to admit that because Michael Bane's kind of weak in Deadfall.
And Michael Bane beats Eddie.
Yeah.
No, he sucker punches Eddie. He jumps to that window when he's not
who
looking.
Cares? Like,
but there was no struggle at the end.
He won the fight.
To the death. It's a fight.
And guess
to the
what?
death.
And you said it. Michael Bane's not beating Lil Junior Brown. And Eddie ain't beating Junior Brown. Eddie advances.
Eddie
advances. I'm sorry.
Eddie?
No, Lil Junior Brown. I'm sorry. I got it in my head.
Oh, man.
All right.
I didn't want to lose. That was torn on that because I wanted Eddie to go farther, but I also did not want to lose.
You know who didn't want to go far? Doug Chesnic. And he has made it to the Final Four.
None of us wanted Doug Chesnic to go far. I started my argument with he's mad incompetent.
Yeah. Can I just say, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had 4 acronyms in my argument for
Did you really? I did not. No,
I did not notice
brilliant.
that either.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and listen to it.
This is
Junior
exciting.
Brown goes.
This is exciting.
I'm
The
getting out of
Elite
this.
8 is officially over, and we have the final 4 of Cage Fight.
Just take it off.
Yeah, thank you.
The 4 biggest Nick Cage characters through the first 28 movies that we've done are represented by Castor Troy, Stanley Goodspeed, Doug Chesnic, and Junior Brown. We're going to find out who is the ultimate Cage in the Nick Cage National Championship as this next episode that is coming up on Monday is going to be the final 4.
True.
And we are so excited about this.
Yep.
Are we going
And
to do
then
an
once we get through the final 4, no. Not at all. We're not
Would
doing
that be
side Nick
secondary
Cage.
characters?
Yeah. We're not doing all the movies
Kathleen
we
Turner
didn't watch.
versus
Fast
Holly
Time.
Hunter.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we use those folks.
Carla, what's her name?
Rosie Perez versus
Carla Pestalozzi versus Trisha Poe.
There you go.
Yeah. We could do Cage side.
I don't want to do that.
No, it was purely a joke.
All right, so this next episode, we've got the final 4, and then we're going to do something really special for you guys. The following episode is the National Championship, the Ultimate Cage Fight. Who's going to take on who between Castor Troy, Stanley Goodspeed, Doug Chesnic, and Junior Brown? Tune in to find out each and every week. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back as soon as a few days from now. Wrap up this mini-series, get you on the way back to Casting Cage, where we review Nick Cage movies in chronological order. We're going to get you back to Fast Pitch, where we rate movies in 15 minutes. We are excited to bring this each and every week to you. And as always, find your favorite Nick Cage fan and friend and tell them.
Tell your mama and them.
Cage fight.